Hola chicos, soy señorita Schaefer otra vez y hoy vamos a hablar de la gramática de capítulo 3b y vamos a hablar de mandatos o en inglés commands. And you guys learned how to do 2 commands last year. Today we're going to focus on a couple more of the irregulars. Some of you might remember from our honors cloud of knowledge that we actually looked at these last year and we had a funny way to remember them. So you can see if your memory catches up as we go today. Our big question for today is, how do we tell our friends what to do? So please go ahead and write that at the top of your paper. We're talking about our friends because we're using the to form, so this is informal relationships. This could also be your little brother or really anybody younger than you. Please leave a little bit of space so that you can answer this as we go, and we'll go ahead and get started. Now before we move on to irregulars, I just want to talk about regular verbs and how we conjugate these as commands, informal commands specifically. What we do is we just find the el, ella form, or if it's easier for you can say go to the to form and drop the s. So manejar con cuidado means to drive carefully. So if we want to say drive carefully, we'll have our exclamation mark. Manejar is the AR verb, so we'll cut off the AR and then add the el, ella ending. Maneja con cuidado. You could also look at this as you add the AS for the to form, just like normal, and then you cut off the S for the command. Let's do another one. Lavar mi perro means to wash my dog. So if we want to say wash my dog, we'll use our exclamation points. We'll cut off the AR, and then we'll add the el, ella, or usted ending. Lava mi perro. And that makes it a command. Let's do one last one. Comer malvaviscos means to eat marshmallows. So if you want to tell somebody, eat marshmallows, this is a really useful one, so make sure you pay close attention. You'll cut off the ER, add your el, ella, usted ending, or if you want to think about it this way, your to ending, and cut off the S. And you have come malvaviscos. I just think that malvaviscos is a really fun word. Alright, our trick for remembering our irregular to commands, if some of you guys remember this from Spanish 1, is this picture, and you're going to need to use your Arnold Schwarzenegger voice and your imagination because I don't have an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. So our irregulars are these 8 right here. Vendi sal as ten weapons. Vendi sal as ten weapons. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. So looking at these, ven is from venir, and if you guys want to write these down with me, D is from decir, sal is from salir, az is hacer, ten is tener, ve is ir, pon is poner, and se is ser. Make sure you have that accent mark. On the next page, we're going to talk about how we can remember some of these and the patterns between them, but you might even recognize it as you look at these words. So we kind of have 2 groups of verbs in our irregulars. The first ones are the ones that follow a pattern, and the next 3 are the ones that you just have to memorize. So these top ones, what you do is you go to the yo form. This is why we looked at the yo form at the beginning of this chapter, and then you cut off the go. So all 5 of these are yo-go verbs, and we're going to go to the yo form and then cut off that go. So venir, the yo form is vengo. We'll cut off the go, and our command form is ven. Decir, the yo form is digo, cut off the go, and your command form is di. Salir, we have salgo, cut off the go, sal. Tener is tengo, cut off the go, and we have ten. And lastly, poner is pongo, cut off the go, and you have pon. And those are 5 of your 8 irregulars in the affirmative 2 commands. The last 3 are just words that we have to memorize the command form. So hacer is as. You guys might remember from haz la cama, make the bed. Ser is se. So if you want to say like be nice, say simpática. And then ir is ve. So ve rápidamente, go fast. Here are a couple of examples. ¿Cómo se va la carretera? How does one go to the highway? And then in our answer here, you can see our command examples. So we have sal de aquí y sigue derecho hasta el tercer semáforo. Go out from here, and you'll see our irregular command here, and continue straight until the third stoplight. The last thing that we're going to talk about today is direct object pronouns. If you use a direct object pronoun with an affirmative command, then you can attach the pronoun to the command. When a pronoun is added to a command of 2 or more syllables, a written accent mark is needed over the stressed syllable. And I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to show you how. So in a Spanish word, the natural accent, like how you would say the word, the natural emphasis, is always over the second to last syllable, with just a couple of exceptions depending on letters. So for example, Josefina, we have 4 syllables there. So we're going to count back 1, 2, and this will be our natural emphasis. Josefina. Let's do another one here. If we have inteligente. Inteligente. So let's look at our syllables first. Inteligente. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to count 2 back. 1, 2, and our natural emphasis will be over this syllable. Inteligente. Inteligente. You can kind of hear it. So when we're adding a direct object pronoun to the end of a word, we still want to say the word the same way, but the natural emphasis won't be in the same place. So that's why we're going to put this special accent on it, is to show people to still say it the same way. I remember it as AAA. Affirmative, attach, accent. If it's an affirmative command, then you attach the direct object pronoun and you add an accent, called AAA. So here are a couple of examples. Josefina, hazlo ahora mismo. Josefina, do it right now. Now because as is just 1 syllable, if you count back 2 syllables, 1, 2, the emphasis is still in the same place. So we don't need to add an accent. However, on our second example, Martín, ayúdame. Ayuda, help. Ayuda, is our original verb, and then me is our direct object pronoun. So we're going to count back the syllables on our original verb. Ayuda. Sorry, I did not do a very good job with that. Let me try again. Ayuda. And then the me is going to be extra, so we're not going to count that. We're going to look at, on the original verb, where would the emphasis be? So we count back 1, 2, and we see that our original emphasis would be on you. So we add our accent above it, just like we did here. Ayúdame. And that's how we say it. This is probably the most confusing part. If you guys are struggling with this, feel free to let me know. There's also a Senor Jordan video on Moodle that you can watch on this, but I'd love to help you with it. We'll talk about it in class as well. So the big question of today, how do we tell our friends what to do? If I were you, I would write down your poem. Ven, di, sal, as, ten, ve, pon, se. If there are any of those that you struggle to remember which verb they come from, go ahead and write those in. You can also remember for 5 of them that you go to the yogo form and you cross off the go. Lastly, remember if it's affirmative, attach the direct object pronoun and add your accent. Attach the direct object pronoun, and then the accent goes 2 syllables back on the original verb. Chicos, gracias por escuchar hoy. Si tienes preguntas, por favor, escríbenlas. Go ahead and write those on your papers. I would love to answer them when you get back to class. Y nos vemos.